This is comfort and you get
Just line for them.
Order in which they are appearing, directors of institutes, directors of academic programs, deans of faculties, the dean of students, the dean of postgraduate studies, the inaugural lecturer, and principal officers of the university, the vice chancellor's procession. To have as our Vice Chancellor the transformational, ebullient, and dynamic, the very distinguished Professor Lillian Imwetiya Salami. And I dare add also the Organete of Igara in Edo State. Other principal officers of our great university, the inaugural lecturer and family, the provost, deans and directors, professors and emerita, other esteemed scholars here present, your excellencies, top government functionaries, your royal highnesses, my lord spiritual, Greatest Unibank staff and students, invited guests, gentlemen of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you heartily to the 292nd in the inaugural lecture series of the University of Benin. Please put your hands together for our university. The lecture today is to be delivered by an erudite scholar, a professor of reproductive physiology and dean of the School of Basic FREDDY, OHWORODE, AGOREYO. The topic of lecture is the journey from baby girl to motherhood. Is it physiology or pathology? May I now invite the Registrar of the University, Mr. Ademola Babola, to introduce the Vice Chancellor and the Vice Chancellor's procession. Mr. Registrar.
Madam Vice Chancellor, it is my singular honor and privilege to stand before this distinguished audience to present the principal officers. Kindly allow me to abide by the protocol as already established by Dr. Victor during the PRO of the university. It is my singular honor to present to us today, as you have heard, the #1 Vice Chancellor in the whole country. When we talk of private universities, we have state universities, we also have federal universities. We have also what is called specialized universities. But of all of them, University of Benin is proud to announce that our own Vice Chancellor is the #1 person among the chairmen. I'm just so happy today because last week the Vice Chancellor struggled so much to be at the inaugural lecture. And it was a little bit difficult for some of us here to just present the apology to that eminent scholar of last week and the audience. But I'm so happy today that we have that distinguished scholar in our midst today, eminently seated, not represented today, by Professor Lillian Salami. I must add that for the sake of this audience, because so that we educate ourselves, the Vice Chancellor is not just a former Director General of a national institute, he is currently the Vice President, Association of African Universities. I'm sure before long we'll go beyond Africa to also mention other things about this very eminent and resourceful leader that we have in our midst. Let's give our Vice Chancellor a round of applause. The Vice Chancellor is even supported by very distinguished and eminent scholars. Today we have with the Vice Chancellor, the Native Vice Chancellor Administration, Professor Catherine Bowen. have the man who stood in for the Vice Chancellor last week, now strongly seated to see how the Vice Chancellor will pilot the affairs of affairs today. The Deputy Vice Chancellor Academic, Professor Ray Ozaga. We have with us today the representative of the bursar of this university, Dr. Dominic Eche. We also have the custodian of our books and scholarly publications, Professor Luke Obasui. Last week we were not privileged to have our provost with us, but today is a very wonderful day in the life of School of Basic Medical Sciences, and we know it's an umbilical cord between that school and the college itself. Professor Wilson Sado is the Provost College of Medical Sciences. The deanship of our School of Postgraduate Studies, for now, the man who we just find very gently is a very reputable scholar in his own right, Professor S.A. Ali. The #1 student on campus. When you hear anything about student, just look at his face very well. You see student all over his face. Professor Clement Imodaro, Dean Student Affairs. Whether you belong to School of Basic Medical Sciences or any faculty for that matter, is your #1 dean and representative of students. Let's give the deans of student affairs. Today is a very remarkable day. Normally we should introduce the lecturer. Last week he was on the other side smiling, just preparing for today. But the seat cannot be empty, it cannot be vacant. And so somebody was standing, and it's a very powerful person. Somebody who has held the deanship of that particular arm of this university. Former Dean School of Basic Medical Sciences, Professor Mrs. Henrietta Obo. The Dean Faculty of Agriculture, Professor E.R. Ore. The School of Dentistry, the Dean, Professor F.O. Omorege. For inaugural lecture, very soon. The Dean Faculty of Education, Professor Kingsley Omorege. Last week I talked about him superintending over the faculty, which is the faculty of Vice Chancellor, and we told him the limit of his directive. We also have with us today the Dean who carries so many titles. He's an engineer, he's a surveyor, he's a professor, he's a scholar. The Dean Faculty of Environmental Sciences, Professor Raphael Ihidiacho. The Dean Faculty of Law, Professor I.O. Omoru. Professor Jerry Orwe is the Dean Faculty of Life Sciences. The Dean School of Medicine, Professor Osaro Gabo, is also here with us. Representing the Dean Faculty of Pharmacy, Professor M.I. Ahewu. The Dean Faculty of Physical Sciences, Professor J.E. Osewehai. Dr. J.F. Ayedo is standing in for Dean Faculty of Social Sciences. The Director of Distance Learning Program of this university, Professor OHWORODE, who gave us the inaugural lecture for last week. I think we should give them that. the bar, and we shall continue to maintain or even surpass that standard. The Director Center for Entrepreneurship Development, Professor Obiado. Professor Wangina is the Director Center for Educational Technology. Professor Mrs. Ishema Papo is the Director, Therefore Center of Excellence and Reporting. The Director Center for SDG Sustainable Development, Professor Mrs. Yu Ibudu. The Director Institute of Child Health, Professor Mrs. Sado, is also the Director. The Director, Institute of Education located in Nekewa Campus, Dr. Mrs. I.F. Iyam. Dr. E.O. Okato is the Acting Director, IPAES Office in Nekewa Campus. Of course, we have with us Acting Director, Student Guidance Counseling, Dr. Mrs. O.N. Ahie. We have some eminent professors also in the Vice Chancellor's entourage today. The Dean, Faculty of Arts, Professor F.C. Yuka. And somebody who is driving the research and development of this university, who has brought a lot of research grants through his colleagues, Professor Bami Colley, Director of Research and Development. Of course, leading the Vice Chancellor's entourage today is the Deputy Registrar in charge of Senate Matters, Mrs. C.I. Ekiato. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, when you are standing before your boss who has not been around for a while due to national assignment and international assignment, it's just so nice and good to hand over to the Vice Chancellor to appear before this
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, great university students. I'm a little bit jealous. When the lecturer for today was announced, I heard, great, so you have to stand that way, otherwise we will not hold this lecture today. How about that? Great university students! Much better. As a pastor, that is not for me. Great university students! Better. Thank you so much. Please be seated. Thank you. Of course, there's no way I could have missed this lecture for today. When it has to do with baby girl. You know who I stand for? For the ladies. Ladies in the house, how about that? They're taking over. And I see some men are not too happy. They are looking at me from corner eye. But we are making it. Before you know, we will run for the president of this country. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to welcome you to the 292nd in the inaugural lecture series of this great university of the day. It is the 25th to be delivered in my tenure as the Vice Chancellor of this university, and the 10th in the School of Basic Medical Sciences, and the 7th in the Department of Physiology. I wish to inform you that having completed the 2021-2022 academic session and taking a short break, Returning students for the 2022 session will be resuming on Sunday, the 21st of September 2023. I wish to solicit for the continuation of the support and cooperation of all stakeholders. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce our lecturer for today. He is Professor FREDDY. From baby girl to motherhood. Is it physiology or pathology? Professor FREDDY was born in Ikoya, in Okitipupa local government area of Ondo State on 13th August 1965 to the family of Mr. Jacob Johnson and Mrs. Alice AGOREYO of Ethiopia East local government area of Delta State. He attended Kaviadina Primary School in Warri, Delta State from 1972 to 78, where he obtained his primary living certificate. He attended OHWORODE Grammar School, Ughelli, Delta State from 1979 to 1981, and later Government College Ughelli, Delta State, where he obtained his West African School certificate in 1984. He gained admission into the University of Benin in 1985 to study dentistry and graduated in 1994 with a Bachelor of Dental Surgery degree. He did his housemanship training in University of Benin Teaching Hospital from 1994 to 95. Professor AGOREYO thereafter served his mandatory one-year National Youth Service Corps in Dambala General Hospital, Kano from 1995 to 96, after which he worked briefly as a dental officer in Smilewell Dental Clinic, Benin City. He had his Masters of Science degree and PhD in Human Physiology in 2002 and 2012 respectively, both from the Great University of Benin. Lecturer 2 in the Department of Anatomy, College of Medical Sciences in 1997, and he rose through the ranks to the position of a full professor in 2017. He has held several administrative and academic positions within and outside the University of Benin, such as member, Counseling Unit School of Medicine, Departmental Undergraduate Coordinator, Assistant Dean School of Basic Medical Sciences, Acting Head of Department of Physiology, Member, University of Inaugural Lectures Committee, Head Department of Physiology from 2017 to 2021, and then he became the Dean from 2021 till date. He's also the Chairman of Optometry Clinic Management Committee from 2021, again up to date. He belongs to several professional bodies and associations, such as Nigerian Medical Association, Physiological Society of Nigeria, Nigerian Dental Association, Neuroscience Society of Nigeria, European Center for Research, Training and Development, and Physiological Society of the United Kingdom. He has been a recipient of several prizes, awards, and distinctions, such as University Scholar for being the best student in his class 1987-1988 session. He also holds an award of distinction during the NYSC years that he served, 1996-97. He also holds an award for the best scientific article of Journal of Medicine and Biomedical Medical Research in 2002. Professor AGOREYO has served as external examiner to many institutions in in Nigeria and a reviewer of many reputable scientific journals. He has over 50 publications in local, national, and international journals. He has also attended over 10 local and international conferences and has successfully supervised 3 PhD and 6 master's degree students. He is a Christian, presiding pastor of Divine Christian Empowerment in New York City. He loves reading, cooking, and playing football. Professor AGOREYO is happily married to Professor Blessing Ogochukwu, and their marriage is blessed with 3 lovely children. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to invite Professor FREDDY AGOREYO, a professor of endocrine and reproductive physiology, to deliver his lecture.
Thank you. Vice Chancellor, Professor Lydia Mwetia Salami, please permit me to rest on the already existing protocol laid by University PRO. I feel highly elated and privileged to stand before you this day to deliver this 292nd inaugural lecture of University of Benin titled "The Journey from Baby Girl to Motherhood. Is it Physiology or Pathology?" to this highly esteemed audience. This is the 7th in the Department of Physiology and the 10th from the School of Basic Medical Sciences. I am particularly honored that you took time off your busy schedule to be here today. I know several people who are here, very busy, short in town, but just because of this lecture, we are here, and I won't take that for granted. I say a big thank you to you all. I will start the lecture by giving thanks to the Most High God, the owner of life, the controller of everything. I hope you realize that if labor strike had commenced as at yesterday, 12th, all the arrangements I made will have been wasted. Very enough for God, who programs ahead and decided to make everything possible today. So I give thanks to God. I also want to thank our amiable, visionary, action-packed, I don't know the words to use to qualify Madam Vice Chancellor, performer, Vice Chancellor, Professor Lydia Salami, for giving me the opportunity to deliver this lecture, and not just delivering the lecture, but in a university environment. You know, there are some universities that are secondary school universities. But by the grace of God, Madam Vice Chancellor has transformed this university. When you step into the university, you know that you are coming from secondary school to enter a higher institution. Thank you, Madam Vice Chancellor. My story is a long one. But I know that when I was young, in secondary school, there was a subject I hated most. That subject happened to be mathematics. And you know that without mathematics, definitely there's no way I would have been a doctor. I hated mathematics with passion until I got to class 3. Then we have 5 years program, class 3. And my elder sister, Mrs. Stella Ijirefe, I hope she's here. She had, oh, God bless you, my sister. mathematics that you hate, you can love it and you can make something out of it. So I took her advice. Already I was in class 3. I had to go to mathematics book 1 and started studying that mathematics on my own, cover to cover, answering every exercise at the end of the chapter. I finished book 1 on my own, proceeded to book 2, cover to cover again, solve all solvable problems. There are some problems in mathematics that I have to solve even in dream to tell you the passion that I have for that mathematics. And then by the time I go to mathematics book 3, I found out that most of the things in book 1 and book 2, the extensions of book 1 and book 2 that have now been a little extension in book 3. Of course, the story changed and I became a mathematician. With a good knowledge of mathematics, I was able to flow well in the science subjects of physics, chemistry, and biology in that order. In fact, I would have become an engineer if we were to follow my mathematics performance. But I think I'm already destined to become a doctor because I knew mathematics and chemistry more than I knew biology. So my quest for further learning brought me to this great University of Benin in the year 1985. In my undergraduate days, my classmates used to call me professor. That is unofficial professor. Everybody are prof. Because I teach my students anatomy. My fellow students, I teach them anatomy, both in dissection and all around. So they were referring to me as a professor. I didn't know that they were giving me a pointer to what was going to happen in the future. Today, I'm now a professor, not an official one, but an official professor by the grace of God. That is their prophecy. The prophecy of my classmates eventually came to pass. My academic career started in the Department of Anatomy as a lecturer 2 in the year 1997 under the vice chancellorship of Emeritus Professor Andrew REPRODUCTIVE. Then that time we have difficulty in getting places to do postgraduate program. So because of the quest for knowledge, I varied into physiology, did a master's degree in physiology, and then proceeded to do a PhD degree in physiology. Then I was still in the anatomy department. In 2006, I had to move from anatomy department to physiology where I had my higher degrees. Because I can't be a professor, PhD in physiology, and say I'm a lecturer in anatomy. That's why I moved to the Department of Physiology. And the rest is story. Over the years, in 2017, to the glory of God, I became a full professor in the Department of Physiology. In this inaugural lecture, we shall navigate us through the formation and development of the baby girl. And please, Madam Vice Chancellor, you permit me to use the word baby girl because there's a passion in it in me. So when I think Madam Vice Chancellor is also a baby girl to me. And we have so many baby girls here that have gone very, very high. So when you hear baby girl, don't just think about the one that is just coming out. We are talking about all categories of baby girls. Can the baby girls shout? All right. Thank you very much. So we'll navigate us to the formation and development of baby girl till motherhood, with the myriads of challenges accompanying development, while leaving you with the option to decide if it is pathology or physiology or health or sickness. But you know, many a time, pregnant women, when they are experiencing those discomforts, we refer to them, or they even refer to themselves as having a good sickness. But the question is, can any sickness be described as good? The arrival of a baby girl is usually heralded with the saying, she gave birth to a beautiful girl, as opposed to the so-called bouncing baby boy for the male child. To me, this narrative should change after today. to the arrival of the bouncing baby girl. The question is, who gives rise to the baby girl? And who is responsible for the baby girl? Is it the father or the mother? What are the stages of baby girl? The stages the baby girl evolves through to motherhood. Can we refer to these stages as physiological or pathological? We shall use the following outline to deliver this lecture. We'll talk about what is physiology, what is pathology, then the development of the girl child from infant to motherhood. Under this development of the infant, of the girl child from infant, we'll look at the happenings that are within before the arrival of the baby girl. The phases, the phase of menarche to motherhood. And then we'll look at the phase of pregnancy, the phase of parturition or delivery, then the phase of menopause. And then I ended it up with talking about the master of the house, without which the hope of motherhood will not be. Who is that master now? Is the male folk. They will talk about acknowledgement and recommendation and conclusion. Physiology is defined as the study of functions of various systems and organs of the body. The functional structural unit of the living body is the cell. So aggregation of cells form what we call tissues. While tissues aggregate to form organs. Organs like the heart, the lungs, the kidney. The kidney, all those organs, they come together and they form a system. So you can have what we call a respiratory system that has to do with breathing, musculoskeletal system that has to do with movement, and then reproductive system which has to do with progression, which is the main focus of today's lecture. That is just a diagram to tell us how the organism is formed: atom, molecule, macromolecules, organelles, and cell. That is the functional unit of the body. Coming together, they form tissues, and tissues form organs like the stomach, and then the organs will come together and to form a system like gastrointestinal system, and then the systems will come together to form an organism, a living organism. What is pathology? Pathology is distortion. Simple definition is distortion from the normal structure and function of the body. When there is distortion in it, that is talking about pathology. This distortion from normal state of cell can be in the cell, can affect the tissue, can affect the organ, can affect system, and is referred to as disease, condition, or pathology. So the role of the medical personnel is to restore the body to its normal structure and function. In pathology, there is damage, and then the medical personnel will try to bring it back to the cell. And there are some that can be restored by themselves without intervention of medical personnel. Death will occur at any of these levels. If it's cell death, if it's at the cell level, it is cell death. If it's at the tissue level, it is tissue death. If it's at organ level, it is organ death. If it's at system level, it is system death. And when the whole organism is evolved, that means the whole organism is dead. And that is the end of the show. So the whole essence of intervention is to restore the body back to its state. You see why medical students are made to pass to the basic medical sciences, where they study anatomy, physiology, medical biochemistry, to know the basics of the body, the normal function of the body. Then later on, they proceed to pathology to find out the abnormal, and then they intervene either through drugs or through surgery or whatever to restore back to normal. Now, if you have a set of a bit far, and it's a little bit not too big, but because of the largeness of the structure there, when there's a damage to cell or tissue, what happens is that there is a reaction, inflammatory reaction. You have a cloudy swelling or fatty change in that cell. If the damage is not too much, that damage is removed, the cell is repaired, and its normal function is restored. So you can have full restoration after the damage to the cell. That's one pathway. Another pathway is if you have the damage still being repeated continuously, or the magnitude of damage is high, then the substance, the cell or the tissue may be restored, but not with full capacity. There will be a reduction in its performance capacity. Then you have nuclear damage, of course, can lead to apoptosis and cell death. And then you will have DNA changes that can lead to all these endoplasmic issues like a cancer. Now let's look at the happenings within the baby girl. The normal human has two types of chromosomes. Just take it like this. We all know this from biology, elementary biology. You have the X and the Y sex chromosomes. In the normal human body cell, we have two chromosomes combined. In the females, you have XX in the somatic cell. But in the males, you have X. So if he contributes, this one is X. If you contribute, the other one is X. But the male will contribute either X or the Y. So during the formation of the baby from intercourse, social intercourse, and then you have the X of the male joining the X of the female, you form a baby what? A baby girl. But if the Y is released, you form who? A baby boy. In other words, who is responsible for the sex that is produced? The man. Thank you very much. The embryo that is formed will now undergo developmental changes until the arrival of the baby at delivery. Now, that newly delivered baby girl is a potential mother. That's what we're talking about today. That baby that you shout, oh, she gave birth to a baby, that baby is a potential mother. All it takes to be a mother are embedded in that baby. Then after birth, you now have the development. Continue till adolescent age, when the baby girl now begins to see a menstrual cycle. A menstrual cycle that continues for many years until menopause. And during that menstrual cycle, there's a period where you have to menstruate, release blood. The cycle takes about 28 days. The first of this cycle is referred to as menarche and occurs at about 10 to 12 weeks. So a child of about 10 can become pregnant, can become a small baby mommy. From this beginning, the onset of this menarche down to menopause, there are a lot of things that happen in the life of a baby girl. Several of them, some of them are pleasant, some of them are unpleasant. My research work over the years covered different areas of reproductive life of the female and the changes associated with them. We started by taking a look at the effect of a popular drug, then anti-malaria drug called Hafan. Because at that time, the anti-malaria drugs that were there, the malaria parasite had developed resistance to them. So when you take them, you don't work. So, when Hafan came, everybody rushed towards Hafan. So we took a look at Hafan, Agene, and AGOREYO. I can see Professor Agene there somewhere. And both on the ovary and the uterine tube, I will find out that there were distortions on the normal anatomy of the ovaries and uterine tube. These two reproductive organs are very, very important. So in the quest to treat malaria, you affected the ovary, you affected the oviducts, especially at doses that are like a long period of administration and at overdose levels. Changes that occur there, if the proliferation continues for a long period, they may even result to dysplasia of cells. The alterations were more pronounced in those who sacrificed on the 10th day. And there were distortions in even the linear epithelium of the oviduct, where the air will normally pass through before it gets to the uterus. This study highlights the possible anomaly that could result when exposed to this drug, especially at the overdose level. Then the phase of menarche down to motherhood. Of course, this monthly cycle that occurs with release of blood every month. Some people will even call it osusu. Some will call it contribution. Some call it unidara contribution. By this same baby girl that is growing now towards becoming motherhood, some call it sacrifice. Why do they call this name? To describe what their perception is of being in their own eyes. As inconvenient, however, as this changes, if a baby girl did not see her monthly menstruation, fear, anxiety, worry is the order for the day. So they love it, even with the inconveniences, because they know the importance of that menstrual cycle, the monthly osusu, what it means to them. So, the physiology to our pathology, they are ready to take the pathology aspect of it and have what they want. The body physiology of the girl child changes with development of secondary sexual characteristics, such as the development of breast, mammary gland, development of axillary and pubic hair, and the broadening of the pubic region. In all of these, there are interplay of hormones. In fact, if both the female and male, they are controlled by hormones called sex hormones. Now we took a look at some physiological parameters in the blood of the girl child during menstruation. In one of our researches, we looked at the red blood cell count and the hemoglobin concentration during menstruation. And our finding revealed that the PCV and the hemoglobin concentrations were significantly reduced during menstruation in subjects that had menstrual flow for 6 days and above. Those with shorter periods of menstruation had no significant reduction. In another of our studies at AGOREYO and 2011, we assessed the white blood cell count during menstruation again, and there was a significant increase in total white blood cell count, ages 18 to 21, and there was a statistical significant increase in total white blood cells in subjects whose menstruation lasted for 7 days and above. That is, this could be as a result of the prolonged exposure to the female genital system. Yeah, it's a normal physiological system process that have now metamorphosed into a pathological increase in the white blood cells. We also took a look at the task perception of the growing baby girl during menstruation. Our findings reveal an increase in task perception during menstruation at AGOREYO and 2014. We used a visual perception scale to have this, and then menstruating females in detention should be, or whether they are detention or isolation, they should be allowed access to drinking water, which will preserve their life and their health. In some cases, you have mood changes ranging from mild, moderate to severe. You know that in some cases of a menstrual period, you even have manifestation of psychiatric tendency to commit suicide is in that girl child. This was the research that my PhD student did in New York 2023, which was presented at the Physiological Conference at the United Kingdom, and we found out that suicidal ideation was identified in the subjects with premenstrual syndrome. We also observed that genetic components can influence the subject's psychological state, thus normal physiological process of menstruation now goes to the extreme. Can you now say that somebody wants to kill himself is enough physiology? It has moved to the area of pathology. The physiological processes occurring during menstrual cycle can be very useful for fertility and birth control. If you are looking for a child, if you have a normal period of the cycle, you can calculate it and know the best time to have sexual intercourse with your partner to bring forth a child. And then a period of it where you can avoid having a child. So we like to classify it as safe, unsafe period. The unsafe period it's not unsafe for someone to kill you by gun or anything. It's unsafe because that period, if you try it, maybe we come. But it will be safe for the people who are looking for people. Then, without progress to pregnancy. Pregnancy is first picked and suspected with the creation of with the cessation of monthly menstrual flow. Once the menstrual flow ceases and you are not at the age of menopause, and you say, I didn't see my period, you say, are you pregnant? This is usually the result of sexual intercourse between men and women of reproductive age. So there's nothing like this is an unwanted pregnancy. You want a pregnancy, that is why you should not put the opposite sex. If you sleep with the opposite sex, if pregnancy comes, then you say this is wanted pregnancy, not unwanted. So pregnancy is divided into 3 stages. You have the first trimester, the first 12 weeks, second trimester from week 13 to week 28, and third trimester from week 29 to week 40. And one of the earliest physiologic changes in pregnancy is the rise in the hormone known as human chorionic gonadotropin, which acts quickly to promote immunological states conducive for fetal survival. And that is the hormone we normally test for when we say go for pregnancy test. This hormone can be in the blood or it can be in the urine. If it's positive, that means the person is already pregnant. And then research have shown that that nausea and vomiting, this morning sickness during pregnancy, might be due to the effect of this hormone. The question is nausea during vomiting during pregnancy a good sign? Then comes the so-called good sickness. Studies have shown that women with nausea and vomiting during the first trimester have lower risk of miscarriage. So it means that if you have nausea and vomiting, you should be happy that you have it. Yet it is discomforting. In other words, the discomfort experience during the early stages of pregnancy is a medical development and should not be classified as sickness. But to some, it remains pathological and requires solution. No wonder pregnant women embrace the use of a drug known as thalidomide when it was discovered to have remedy for nausea and vomiting. They took this drug, they embraced it, but the side effect of the drug started appearing. A woman should not take drugs anyhow. When these women started giving birth to malfunction children, teratogenic children, it was then they knew that that drug that was helping them to alleviate the problems of nausea and vomiting had another side effect. But one thing we should learn from here is that the embrace of this drug by pregnant women is a pointer to the fact that pregnant women took nausea and vomiting as a form of sickness, not just physiology. Is that pathology or physiology? Pathology. Now the hormones, in some studies, we did a study, AGOREYO, where we looked at the level of estrogen in pregnant Western rats. And our findings show from the study confirmed that estrogen level increased in all stages of pregnancy with the highest recorded in the third trimester of pregnancy. In one of our researches, AGOREYO 2017, we evaluated the constellation found that prolactin level of the rats was significantly higher when compared day 20 and day 21. This hormone is responsible for the development of breast milk. Conclusively, a prolactin level increases during pregnancy and peaks at day 19. Then, of course, after pregnancy, we come to delivery. We also did some researches in parturition. Maturation is the process of delivery of a fully grown fetus. Estrogen, progesterone, oxytocin, prostaglandins, and relaxin. The maintenance of pregnancy depends on the tonicity of the uterine muscle. The uterine muscle is the muscle of the uterus where the baby is housed. If that muscle is restless and have tone, what will happen? There will be spontaneous abortion or preterm delivery. But if the muscle of the uterus is relaxed, then the baby will sit down comfortably there until the time of delivery. Intake of extracts and even drugs taken to manage other medical conditions could affect the tone of the uterus. In one of our researches, we looked at the effect of solanum nigrum on uterus of non-gravid rats, AGOREYO et al. 2017, and came up with the finding that the extract inhibited the release of intracellular calcium ion and affected that it inhibited the contraction. Oxytocin induced contraction, even acetylcholine induced contraction was reduced with this extract. We concluded that the Abel's extract of solanum nigrum inhibited the activity of oxytocin on uterus. This solanum nigrum is a widely used plant in Oriental medicine. In one of our researches, we did a study on acute effect of xylopic acid on sex hormones. Xylopic acid, you get it from xylopia, and you know that pepper soup is long. They need to prepare pepper soup for pregnant women who have just delivered, and they are preparing pepper soup for that pregnant woman. We find out that this xylopic acid has a way of reducing lactation for the mother that are just delivered. We look at this thoroughly in our research here, and all the group treated, we gave them through oral administration, and 24 hours after the administration, we did whole blood, took blood from the rats, collected them for hormonal profile, and found out that the hormones in lactation were affected negatively. Now, in another of our research, AGOREYO and OBICA, we assessed the task perception and fluid intake of pregnant women in the 3 trimesters of pregnancy, and the study will give us the result that task perception was significantly increased in 3 trimesters of pregnancy, and the volume of water intake was also significantly increased. Now, having gone through pregnancy, we now look at the other end of the reproductive life, which is menopause. Menopause, that is the natural physiological process that marks the end of a woman's reproductive years. And it begins the age of 50 to 55. At the age of 45 years, only a few primordial follicles remain in the ovary to stimulate to be stimulated by follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone. The production of estrogen is now reduced in the baby girl that is now in the age of menopause, and we have a lot of symptoms associated with it. Includes irregular periods will be there, you have vaginal dryness will be there, hot flashes will be there, chills. Sometimes the person will think that you have malaria, yet there are symptoms of menopause, which are supposed to be physiological symptoms. Then night sweat will be there, sleep problem, you go to doctors and complain, I don't know what's wrong with me. It's physiological process of menopause. Mood changes, weight gain, and even slowed metabolism. Can we consider these as physiological changes or pathological changes? Most of the women manage menopause very well, but some, about 15%, will require psychotherapy and even hormone replacement therapy. So this is a process from physiology to pathology, a thin line. In addition to all the symptoms we have mentioned, we also have postmenopausal women who are susceptible to primary osteoporosis. Osteoporosis is a reduction in bone density, which is closely related to estrogen deficiency, which you find in pre-menopausal women. So during the menopausal transition period, the drop in estrogen, physiological estrogen, leads to more bone resorption than formation, resulting in osteoporosis. This leads to weakness of the bone, and this can lead to easy fracture from falls, especially in women that are above 60 years of age. So those above 60 years of age, let's waka jeje. In one of our researches, we did a study on the variation in vis fatigue levels in hypertensive and non-hypertensive menopausal women in Benin City. Women, hypertension is reported to be commoner in postmenopausal females than males, as they move from perimenopausal to postmenopausal state. A normal protection from cardiovascular disease is withdrawn, and the control of hypertension also becomes tougher. Result, we view a progressive increase in mRNA expression of vis fatigue in non-hypertensive from pre-menopausal to perimenopausal and then to post-menopausal. Pre-menopausal is about to enter menopause. Perimenopausal is inside the menopause going all the way around, and then post-menopausal is that you have entered into the menopause properly. After that, what happened? There is also a thickening of the bands between the pre-menopausal and the perimenopausal hypertension due to increase in secretion of the adipocytes. You have a mechanism of possible mechanism of vis fatigue synthesis and relationship with oxidative stress. You can see them all in my book. The study also revealed that serum is the most viable sample for assessing vis fatigue level. Because we did it in the urine, did it in serum, did it in saliva and sweat, and found that serum is a very good medium for assessing it. Now finally, the master of the day. Lecture cannot be concluded without the master of the day, which is the male form. We also did some researches on the male in terms of ensuring that the male performs his statutory physiological function in womanhood. In one of our researches, we looked at the testicular protective effect of moringa, common moringa administration on the testes, and we found out that the moringa was able to protect the testes against some destructive toxic substances like copper sulfate, for example. Administration of copper sulfate will damage the testes. So if you want to be sterile, you just take copper sulfate and begin to take it. You damage your testes and you become how do they call it now? Impotent. So when we did this research and applied alongside this copper sulfate and moringa extracts, and we found that those that had moringa extract along with copper sulfate were still retaining their ability. The structure of the testing was still normal. But when you did that for only copper sulfate, the destruction of the cells were premature spermatocytes there. And so moringa itself was found to be testicular protective, protects the testes against damages. And then we look at the effect on even the testosterone, and then lactate dehydrogenase. We found that the level of testosterone was enhanced by the moringa extract compared to that of the one with copper sulfate and even normal. I think with this, we can, in conclusion, the moringa extract was found to have protective effect on the testes. This should also show that consumption of moringa seed by the male folk has a role to play in this reproductive function. But you know these extracts, those are the ones we call maybe agbo and the rest of them. You need to subject them to proper therapeutic pharmacology, and then so that we don't use doses that are safe to use. Thank you very much. By way of acknowledgement and advances from her, first and foremost, I give thanks to God Almighty, the beginning and the end. Were it not for God, I would have died many years ago. I always say it, I don't shout it. There was a slave that would have killed me many years ago, and I attended in my church. My wife dreamt, we were on the bed one day, my wife said, I dreamt though. I saw that people were wearing ashebi for burial of a church leader, and the people that were wearing the ashebi, they were members of our church. That means they want to conduct burial for me. That's the meaning. So, we didn't take it for granted. We prayed. I really prayed until we were satisfied. Then we entered bed again and slept. After her own, I now dreamt on my own. I saw that the snake was waiting for me to drop from my fence. And the snake was a very big snake. I said, it's like this part I never knew. I went to the parlor, I didn't take my wife that one. I started praying. I said, this snake, God must kill it too. I used my hand as I was holding a knife. I said, the snake, I cut you to pieces. I cut you to pieces in Jesus' name. Brethren, you know, that same day, I went to my clinic in town. And then I consulted some of my patients. And I have a consulting table that has 2 drawers like this. Normally when I collect money, I put it in the upper drawer. It was about 6:30 p.m. in the evening, so it was getting dark. I've treated the patient, I collected money, and then I said, oh, let me sterilize my instrument before I go. And I put my hand into that dark upper chamber. All of a sudden, I have BAM! I went back, and I saw a snake coming out from it. I said, what? In this clinic that is so clean, a snake here, and the snake dropped from that top chamber. It didn't enter the first chamber. It didn't enter the second one. It entered the third one. That's over 10 years ago. They would have forgotten about me by now. They won't be talking about inaugural lecture now. I knew it was God that did it for me. And of course, we were able to kill that snake. If we had not seen it at night, I would have been lost. So I give thanks to the Almighty God. Wonderful Vice Chancellor, Professor William Salami, for the transformation that she has done on campus. Let me tell you something. There was a time when I see a new structure, and before my Vice Chancellor, I say thank you very much. I lost count of congratulating Madam Vice Chancellor because she was, and she is still a transformer. Have you seen the fountain at the entrance? Which university have you seen that? Madam Vice Chancellor, thank you very much for all you have done for the university. And we pray that God will give you in higher heights. This baby girl can be the president of our nation. And the nation will change for good. Special thanks also to Professor FREDDY who was here. He was the one that announced my promotion to the rank of a full professor. I thank other vice chancellors whom I serve, Professor Sayumi Oshobi, that made me acting head of the department first, and then Professor ESC who was here, who facilitated my transfer from the Department of Anatomy to Physiology department, Professor Nauru, and then I also appreciate Professor Grace Adele William, who was my vice chancellor when I was a student at the University of Benin. I appreciate my colleagues in the department. In our department, we work as a family. You know, both serving and retired. I thank Professor L.F. Obika. He's out of the country. He's not here. That's my PhD supervisor. I also thank Professor Begbe. Begbe was my MSc seminar project supervisor, seminar supervisor. And then Professor Vincent Yahweh was my MSc supervisor. I take him as my mentor. There was a time when I was paying for this, he's also out of the country. I don't know why all of them are out of the country. He telephoned me one day. He said, Prof, please send me your account. I said, me send you my account? No. It's we that will send, that will collect your account to give you money. So I won't collect your money. He said, you lie. He said, I will find your account from another source. And truly, I was surprised. He got my account from another person. And behold, he credited me with large sum of money. I was telling him, I said, something of prayer I did. Just pray for me. He said, in addition to the prayer, money has to be added. Thank you very much, Professor Yahweh. Professor Ugu, that is the author of either you perspire or you won't expire. One day I go to the office. My secretary said, Professor Ugu was here. He said he had been phoning you and you will not pick it. I said, and that please, he dropped a copy of his inaugural lecture book written by him so that I will use it to prepare my inaugural lecture and have a seamless one. I think Professor Sam, who is there? Thank you very much, sir. And then our mama in the department, that is Professor Mrs. AGOREYO. Sometimes we used to wrestle for her, but she's our mommy. We wrestle and then it was fine. Anytime. Thank you very much, ma'am. Professor Kumori, Professor Ezewade, Professor Ajayi, and all other staff of the Department of Physiology, we work as a family. The laboratory staff, I remember all of you. Because of time, we can't mention everybody one by one. But I remember my in-law department, which is the Department of Biochemistry, where my wife is. Professor Owaze, Professor Kambe, Professor Onuagbe. Some of them taught me when we were in the general biochemistry. Before we divided, I went to basic. So I really appreciate all of you. And then I appreciate my colleagues in anatomy. That's my first department where I started. Wonderful. Professor Nobin, Miabos, Professor Grillo, Professor Atama, Professor Sapa, President, all the staff, they should be in there, all of them. Yeah, I love all of them. I still relate as if I am in the Department of Anatomy. I appreciate late Igwe, Professor Oya, who was the overseer of anatomy and the head of the Department of Physiology combined when I was given appointment as lecturer in the Department of Anatomy. I appreciate my wonderful provost, College of Medical Science. Yes, I know time don't go. Provost, thank you. All the management team of Provost, Dean of Medicine, Dean of all of them, I thank you, all of you. I thank my former deans of School of Basic Medical Sciences, and then from my original department of School of Dentistry, I remember all of you, Professor Fomata, Professor Ejide, Suweni, Ojo. Please accept my thanks. A special thanks to all academic staff and non-academic staff of the School of Basic Medical Sciences. They are very loving, very, very loving. You know, I would say, where would I get money to this big project? All of a sudden, somebody, they just raise up for them. Before you know what, they start raising money for me. I doubt if I lose even $1 of my money for this whole inaugural lecture. It's a show of love. And then my in-laws, the great Akukuma family, I thank you all. Saife, Pastor Ife, I hope he's here. Mr. Mike Kukuma, oh, thank you very much for all my in-laws that are here. And then my special in-law, my sister here, of course, Sister Estella is there. And then my other sisters are there. Essie, then Jacinta, the husband, I don't know if he's here, Professor Igbe. Is he here? He's not here today. Maybe he's engaged. And then you have our honorable here, Justice Peter Akikero is here. It's my in-law, my sister, that is engineering, Dr. Mrs. Akikero. They are all here. Time will not permit us to go through all of them, but please, you can look at the program. And then my wife, I can't forget that one. Special. That one replaced my mommy after my death of my first mommy. She's now my mommy and my roommate. Thank you very much. God bless you in Jesus' name. But how much is Mama? challenges of the girl child from baby girl to motherhood, I have the following recommendation. First, to the home, then to the government, and finally to society. Just three. One, the girl child should be cared for, protected by all, knowing the various physiological challenges the girl child passes through to motherhood. Most changes may come, might be here during the process of a transition. The male folk should not take advantage of the gay child during these challenges. The gay child should indeed be valued by every family and should be treated and valued as the male child in all ramifications. That neglected girl child may be the one to anchor the family in the future. Number two, the government should roll out policies that will counter the discriminations against the female sex. Policies should be enacted to compel employers of labor to grant adequate maternity leave with pay to nursing mothers to enable them carry out their physiological role of caring for the newborn. These policies should be monitored even in the private sector to ensure implementation of policies. 3. The society should value the girl child just as the boy child. The desperate act of looking for male child at all costs should be dropped. Societal pressure on women on account of not having male child should be discontinued. The man is the master, and what he sows into the woman is what he reaps. Seeking for outside and for divorce on account of sex of children is not worth it. The societal aim of willing all inheritance to only the male folk should be discouraged at all levels of society. The male and the female folks should be given equal opportunity to thrive. This, I believe, will bring a healthier and loving society. The tradition of chasing female children from their parents' home as a result of loss of parents should be condemned by all in society. Madam Vice Chancellor, ladies and gentlemen, the 292nd inaugural lecture has drawn our attention to the various phases of development of the girl child from infant to motherhood with its accompanying challenges. We highlighted the need of the girl child to be given equal opportunity with the boy child in our recommendations. We also emphasize the need for everyone in the society to be our baby girl's keeper. This, no doubt, will bring out the best from our baby girls and our narrative in welcoming the arrival of the baby girl. Should henceforth be arrival of bouncy baby girl.
Please sit. As Professor Agoreye has prophesied, so shall it be in Jesus' lecturer has truly, successfully delivered the lecture titled The Journey from Baby Girl to Motherhood. Is it Physiology or Pathology? He has navigated us through the various developmental stages of the girl child, from her own sex determination by the father, menstruation, pregnancy, which of course is the cessation of menstruation, divided into 3 trimesters, characterized by nausea and vomiting in some, until delivery, which of course is motherhood, when the developed baby girl is now, in turn, a mother herself to her own offspring. The lecturer went further to discuss the onset of menopause, which marks the end of the baby girl's reproductive years, with different symptoms such as hypertension, weight gain, hot flashes, and so on. All of these changes are with their accompanying challenges, which could be classified as either physiological or pathological, depending on the beholder's point of view. Knowing the challenges the girl child passes through gives us a better appreciation and understanding and proper handling of the girl child at all phases in our lives' endeavors. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the lecturer went further to say that moringa enhances male performance. Men, be careful. Thank you very much for coming and joining us. Thank you very much, Madam Vice Chancellor. Immediate family members of the lecturer, please step onto the podium for a photograph as the Vice Chancellor decorates the lecturer. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to recognize the presence, of course, of the spouse of the lecturer, Professor Mrs. Blessing Agoreyo. Please put your hands together. Put your hands together also for the children, Victory Agoreyo, Miracle Agoreyo, and Favor Agoreyo. We welcome very specially Honorable Justice Peter Akihero. Please put your hands together for the Honorable Justice. We welcome also Professor Emeritus T.O.K. Awudu. Welcome, sir. Welcome the Director of Sports, Professor Elvis Aguilar. You're most welcome. The former Dean of Law, Professor Violet Aibo. We welcome you, ma. We welcome former Acting Vice Chancellor, Ambrose Ali University, Professor Benson Osadola. Please put your hands together. Join us also to welcome the former Dean of Dentistry, Professor Alice Umeni. Welcome Professor Charles Imarendiaye. Welcome Professor Matthew Onosiliase. Welcome Professor Oguche. We welcome very specially a member of the university's governing council, Professor Maureen Ebomoyi. Please put your hands together. Join me also to welcome Professor E. Ezewane. Welcome Professor O. Eida. Welcome Professor Jennifer Ebebe. Welcome Professor Cyril Ogumen. Professor C. Osubo, you're welcome. Professor Chukwu Onyeneke, we welcome you. Join me to welcome Professor Sir Andy Ugu with a round of applause. Welcome Professor Oguche. Welcome we should now rise for, please, as we begin the national anthem, the Union anthem and national anthem, please stop serving. Give respect to the country and to our university. Cease service, please.